Look like it's afraid.
No. And the baboons, they can be really dangerous with predators, especially with leopards, where they can fight back into the leopard, and there's a record that baboons have been killed leopards, especially the male leopards. Another thing, baboons have got a very long canines, which is very bigger than even for the male lions. But they can be really, really dangerous into the leopard as well. Without eating the grass seed. Baboons are probably omnivores, same as people. I mean, eat everything, whatever they find. Meat, grass, everything, pods, buds, herbs. It's called the amarula tree. Very interesting story about this tree. It's about this time they've got the fruits. They've got fruits, but if you can look on this tree here, look at the branches. He doesn't have leaves. Sorry, the fruits. He have leaves, but not fruits. The reason being is just because the tree is a male. A female tree has got fruits, and the male doesn't have any fruits. This is how you can sex the trees. And there's quite interesting belief about Shangani. Shangani people, they believe that if the woman, she's pregnant and she's hoping to have a male baby, what happens to come and take the buds of this tree, and then they put on the pot, and then they cook it, and then what happened, it just left somewhere. They getting, because it was very hot, put it somewhere to becoming cold anyway. So when they bath, they take that water cooked with bath, and they bath with it, and some of it they drink it, and they believe that they can have a young boy. Same story as if you're looking for you want to have a female or young girl. You go to female amarula with fruits as a female, and then you do the same thing. Believe that you're going to have a nice, beautiful girl. Okay, just one. If you can look at this tree here, okay, actually this big tree here, it's called a knobthorn tree. If you just want to bring this one very close, you can see it nicely. And if you can see the trees all along the tree, on the stem of the tree. Okay, look at this. If you look this one here, it looks very similar to the woman breast teeth. What happened? Because in the olden days, I mean, Shangani people believed to have like 5 wives, and they were only looking for the one with a big breast, which they believe that they can give a very good milk, or they have lots of milk because they got lots of children. Remember, they used to have like 10, 14 children easy, and when they're still young, they go out in the bush and fetch these things there. They grind all these, and then take a razor and put on the breast here when they're still young, and then it believes that when they get older in time, they can have a very big breast, so they can get married because of they know that men, he was concentrating more likely on the big breast, which they can give lots of milk into their lots of children. It's very nice and fresh here. You feel it. What happened? It's nice. The only thing you can. This is the toilet paper or toilet paper bush. It's nice and fresh, but you must be really, really careful because there's a tree which it looks very, very similar to this one. So if you don't know, better really carefully, just feel it. The other one I'm talking about is called a common false spot, which is very similar like this, but it's got nice and big, small thorns. You can, you can just go feel it. Just take a small branch if you're not sure and feel it. But this is a very good one to use it in the bush. Toilet paper. Nice, beautiful antelopes. This impala again. You can see the youngsters. Interesting facts about these females impalas. They tend to give birth at the same time, all of them. At around November time, it can just treat it about second week of November. This is where the female is starting to give birth at the same time, all of them. And it plays a very good role as well as a safety, because I mean if they give birth at the same time, it's like 80% of the youngsters are going to survive, because they have been checking a lot about predators. There's anything from big eagles like a martial eagle, check them, big snakes, pythons, cheetahs, hyenas, lions, any predator, go for them. But because lots of youngsters at the same time, not all of them they can get killed. So like 80% they will survive and then the other one will be taken by the predators. For this big tree here, the big ones, a little bit far away from the road. It's called a torchwood. Shanghai, they've got a very good belief of this tree, that if you want a luck, maybe you're looking for a job and you haven't been employed for a long time, what happens, you can take just the barks of the tree and then bath with it, believes that it takes all the bad lucks, and then if you go looking for a job, you can definitely get employed. The tree is also not common at all, because in those olden days, people they used to stay here, so they destroyed some of them, of the trees, because they were just putting them for themselves, that if you're looking for a lucky, so you can just get the medicine very close into the family.